Something interesting I noticed when working on these display case lighting tools is that when bringing in scans from real life objects, it's always been a little bit tricky in the past bringing in the original texture data because scans from different areas have such different lighting conditions or the quality of the camera / like the contrast, the different values used that end up generating the texture in the end will produce things which are a bit uncanny. For example, if I enable the original texture on this one and the one in the background, you'll see that though it looks interesting, there's something just a bit off about them. This one's a bit weirdly shiny, this one seems a bit overexposed. But I had an idea because recently I've been working on a physical material in Blender, a procedural material that will work on like any procedural object and it will look good no matter what. So this is an example of an output from that. You see it highlights the curvature, it looks fine, it's very monochrome, but you can color it. So one way to think about this is that this is already like the perfect digital space material in a way. It's perfectly compatible with the environment. So we got something that comes from the real world and is not really compatible, and then something that is compatible. And then it literally just crossed my mind. I was like, wait, why not blend them? So there are two ways to do it. One is by straight up mixing them, but what I've done here is I just darkened it. So darkened it, but passing the procedural one as an input, and you'll see what it does is it kind of adds like a dirt layer, but at the same time it muffles the original texture. And in some way, I think that brings the original texture into something that's more compatible with the environment space. And we can do the same thing with the face over here. So we've got the original texture and then blended with the procedural, and it mellows it out. And I think they're now more suitable for the environment. Now these are using different techniques. So while this is a basic mix, this is a darken, but I can show you what this looks like if mixed. And if we bring it back to like 0.5, you'll see it loses color, but again, it's just like a basic gradient between the two things. And if you look at it with a fresh set of eyes, it is more suitable for the environment. So I think there is something in there, something useful as a technique where we can combine the original sources with procedural techniques to try and make things more suitable for renders. Or I don't necessarily want to say more realistic because it's not actually realistic, but it would be perceived as more realistic for the space. What I'm working on here is my Afterglow lighting asset library for Blender, which is available on Gumroad and Superhive. But this physical definition material I was talking about, the procedural one, is available in my startup file on Gumroad. But it's also available on my Patreon for the $5 tier and above under the Exobiology project. Check my YouTube channel for more content and have a great day.